Connecting Google Chat to Make.com or n8n could be very much overwhelming, especially when you don't have much experience working with Google Cloud Console and their backend. And that is why in this video, I'm going to give you all a step-by-step methods through which you could connect Make.com to Google Chat. And yes, it could work for any automation platform, whether it is n8n, Make.com, Pabbly, any automation platform that you might be using. Well, before that, my name is Sanjit and I run an AI consulting business where we help business implement AI and automate their business process with the help of powerful AI systems. So without any further delay, let's get started. Yeah, so as you all can see, we are in a Google workspace right now. And first, we just got to understand the difference between a Google Chat app and a Google Chat space. So at the first, we could see we have two apps right here. And the second one is called Google Chat Space. So an app is kind of like a bot, like it can be used for sending messages, and we could create chat bots with it and so on. So that is called an app. A space is used for a collaborative purpose, like messaging it to your teammates. It's kind of like a group where or you could add members and collaborate and communicate with them, right? So the first one is app and the second one is space, right? So you could just assume like the second one is kind of like a WhatsApp group or something, like a group with a group which contains all your team members or something, and an app is kind of like a chat bot, or kind of like a bot that is used for various purpose, right? So yeah, so first let me show you how you could connect your Make account to Google Space. All right, sending message to a Google Space. All right, so we are going to do that from make.com. Right, it is pretty much the same for all automation platforms with a simple HTTP request. So we're just going to use make request for that. Sorry, you can see like I have a YouTube demo over here. So I just got to go here and go to space settings, apps and integrations, webhooks, add a webhook and name it make. So let me copy this one, go back to make, and we're gonna do make a request, basic HTTP request. I believe the method should be the post request, and then you just gotta use enter body for this, which is raw application JSON, and you just gotta use this exact format. So let me say hi. So the value that you want to send, the data that you want to send inside Google Chat should be inside this specific area, just right after the text. So as you could see, oh my God, where's this? Yeah, we just got a hi. So whatever text you enter over here, it would just be sent inside Google Chat. So this would be the key and this would be the value. So the value that is being sent inside Google Chat would always be over here. So when you're having new lines and having multiple lines like, hi, how are you? How is your, yeah, something like this. Sometimes we could, it could face problems when it has new lines and it's not in a valid JSON format, right? So in this case, it might work and sometimes it could error out. So, but it's always better to use, instead of giving a new line, like using tags like this. Yeah. So you could just, or you could use ChatGPT to create that for you. So let me say like how this one, I've made up a prompt. You can see, as you can see, I've already tested that prompt. Let me say it to do the same. Oops, it's not logged in. I've copied, pasted over here. Oops. So as you can see, like we've used a new line. So now the output is pretty much going to be the same. So let me open this. So as you can see, both of these messages are kind of the same. So first one, we just used in the normal formatting by entering a new line. And second one, we've used that special characters, right? So that's it, guys. This is exactly how you will be sending messages inside, Google Space. So using this method, so we've used the webhook method. So if you create an app, for example, we have Make Chat, Google Drive, like we could make the created apps as well to message inside our workspace. I mean, message inside our space. All right. So I'm going to be showing you all how to do that exactly. Yeah, so right now we've seen how we could send message using HTTP request, and then now we're gonna see how we could connect the Google Chat module, right? Yeah, let's say send a message. Oops, I think it's create a message. Yeah, create a message, and we're just gonna see how we are gonna create this. All right, for this we would need a client email and the private key to be created for this. So you just gotta follow exactly the steps that I'll be doing, and you'll be able to get this done. All right, for this we just need to go to Google Cloud Console and go to the second one, guys. The first one is kind of like an ad. So once we come here, so let me create a new project. Let me say YouTube. Okay, there's something called YouTube demo. Let's create that. And yeah, let's. So the our organization, I mean, the new project would start getting created. And let us go to the dashboard now. And this is a new project, YouTube demo. And now we gotta configure the OAuth. So you gotta come to APIs and services, OAuth consent screen, and you could select internal or external. Let me say internal. App name, YouTube. Support email, the same email. App logo, not really necessary. And the developer email, you could just give the same email. And you could just save and continue. Back to dashboard. So once we're done with the OAuth consent screen, now what we gotta do is go back, go and open Google App Script. Start scripting, and as you all can see, I have 3 projects already. And you just gotta come to getting started, and then hit on Chat App. So right now we are gonna connect it with this specific Google Chat module, right? So for that, we'd be creating a new project and creating a new app. So without an app, as far as what I have figured out, like you can't really connect it with Google Chat module unless you have an app created, all right? An app and a project created in the Google Cloud Console. So let me rename this. So as you all can see that for now, let us say like we're just trying to connect it with this one. So let's not care about what code is given over here. Like we gotta change this when you want to create like a chatbot or make that app interactive. Like when you message to it, it needs to respond and stuff. So right now I think there's some simple code script written. Like if we message, it would just send back the same message back to us. So that's what is written. So for now, let's ignore that. I'll come at the last about how you could change this and create a chatbot with it, right? So yeah. So I'm sorry. So we have this connected. Now let us deploy this. You just gotta hit on new deployment. Let's make it. Yeah, I think just add on would work. Change project type. Yeah, before that, you just need to come to change project type and come to the back to the Google Cloud Console where we just configure the OAuth consent screen, right? And then you got to go to dashboard, get the project number, paste it over here and set project. So without configuring the OAuth consent screen, this is not gonna, it's not gonna take this value. So since we've done the OAuth, it just accepted it. Now, yeah, we could just deploy it. Just deploy it as an add-on. Say deploy. So I've got the deployment ID. Let me copy it. So now what I got to do is go back to Google Cloud Console where we just copied the project number and now search for Google Chat API. And now we got to enable this. Yeah, and I think under configuration, under configuration. So here's where the app that you're going to create here is what is going to appear over here in Google Chat. So let me try to search for, let me say I'm going to create an app called YouTube tutorial. As you can see, like we don't have any results. So I'm going to copy this, go back to the same name here. So we could just give it a random avatar URL. Input is required. Okay, let me say copyright free images for avatars. Already searched it. Let me say copy image address, come back, paste it. There's no need for description. And you could enable all these. join spaces and groups, support app, home, and extra. Description is required. And now we're just gonna, you can see connections settings. We're just gonna connect the app script that we've just deployed. Copied it, pasted it over here. And then like you could add slash comments. For example, you could add slash and you could add it like extra like comment. It's like kind of adding shortcuts regarding like if you're using it for a specific task, you could add the shortcut through that. Feel free to explore that yourself. So I'm going to leave that for now. So let me say email. Let me give the same email. Log errors. Yeah, now let me say save. Configuration saved. So I believe this app should reflect over here right now when we search for it. So let me search YouTube tutorial. Oh my god, I think it just showed up. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Thanks for adding me to your DM, Sanjit. Yeah, so right now let me try message it. I think it should reply the same. You said welcome, something. Yeah, it said you said welcome because that is the script. Oh, not here. Where's the script? Yeah, let me show that script. So that is what is given in the script over here. Get me? So once you change the script and write like whatever code you want for chatbot, it would just literally use respond like that. But you don't have to code, like you don't need to write a single piece of code to create a chatbot or an agent. You just got to connect it with make.com and still you could just do the same, which I'll be showing right now. All right. So I hope you understand how to create the app. And now finally, we just got to connect that with Google Chat right here. So for that, we got it. Okay, we've already saved it. Now I need to come to IAM and admin and go to service accounts. So we got to create a service account for that. So let me say create service account. I say the same. YouTube demo, create and continue. Done. Now we just got to create an key for this. So let me say manage keys, create a new key. I think we would pop up with an error. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so for some people, like you might not get this error. So if you didn't get this error, like you feel free to see you to that specific timeline. But if you come across this error, which majority of you will definitely come across this, you just got to follow the exact steps that I'm going to show you now to avoid this error. All right, so right now we see the service disable service account key creation is disabled in our organization. So how we are going to change that permission, enable that permission, is you just got to go to the primary domain here. In your case, it could be your admin who manages your domain. So once you come to your primary domain over here, you just got to go to IAM and then you just got to grant access and you need to search for, yeah, under organization, you need to search for organization policy administrator. Organization policy administrator, and the third one, exactly this one. And you just got to enter your email over here. Enter the correct email. Yep. So just give save. So we've gave ourselves permission to go and change the organization policies. So let me come back to that specific app. So you could change the policies over here, but once you change here, like it would change for the entire domain, which means like for every single project you'd be able to create the service key, which is not really recommended. So once you grant yourself permission in the domain, you just need to go back to the project. So right now we are in the domain. In my case, it is YouTube demo. I come back over here and then go back to organization policies. So we've given ourselves permission to or edit the organization policies right over here. So right now it will still not work because we've not yet changed the organization policies, right? So let me go to organization policies, and here you just got to search for key creation. So you could see the second one, which is active. So it says disable service account key creation. So we just got to change this. So you just got to hit on edit policy, override parents policy, and you got to add a rule and enforcement of set policy. So now updated the policy. So now the policies are updated. So it would just take like a few minutes to get updated. So well, I don't think it would work immediately. Manage keys, create a new key. I think we got to give it a few minutes and it should definitely work. In the next 2-3 minutes, it should definitely work. So let's give it 1 to 2 1 to 2 minutes, and let me try that back. I guess it's been a minute now, more than a minute. Let me try now. Create an inquiry. Yeah, it worked. Now you can see like you've downloaded the JSON of that. Like I have Visual Studio Code, so it should open over there. So if you have, you could open this on Notepad or whatever softwares that you might have. So as you can see, we have the client email, which we would copy, and then we have the private key. You just gotta copy that fully carefully until the end. Copy. Yep. And now let us go back, paste the private key, and paste the client email as well, and it should work. Yeah, that's it. So you could see the space. We have one space over here. Let me say hi. So you can see hi, how are you? So we've got exactly the same message that we just typed under this YouTube tutorial that we just created, under this app that we just created. So you just need to make sure that this module works only for this specific app that we've created, which is, where's that? Which is YouTube tutorial. All right, so it would work around only this app. So you could also send message to all the space with the help of this. So you could see the name called space, right? So this one has this ID of it QNZ. Yeah, it's kind of the same, right? So you let me explain how to add it to. Let me say that you want to send message to this space YouTube demo. All right. For that, you gotta add the specific app inside YouTube demo space. All right. So this is an app. Let me add that app YouTube demo. For that, you gotta add the slash and search for YouTube. I think we need to use at. Yep, you need to use at and say YouTube tutorial and say enter. Add app and send. Yeah, let's say add app and send. You see now it has added it over here. And now when you come back here, you would be able to see that space over here. You can see YouTube demo. Now when you say hi, how are you? You could see that the message appears under this space YouTube demo, which is a space, and our app is able to message over here. Hi, how are you? So yeah, so we've just connected our YouTube, this app YouTube tutorial inside this space YouTube demo. So I think given the name in a confusing way, but it is simple. So we've just connected this app at the top YouTube tutorial into this space YouTube demo, and now with the help of this module, we are able to send message with the help of this specific app, because only this specific app over here is connected to this module. All right, so whatever actions you perform over here would come with the help of would come through this specific app that we've created with this specific project. All right, yeah, so that's pretty much it, how you could connect this module into Google Chat. And now we're going to see how to make this interactive. All right, so this is the next part of the video, which is how we are going to create like a chatbot or something. Okay, so for that, let us go back to this page. So right now we're just going to make this YouTube tutorial as like a chatbot. Okay, so let me say hi, what's up. So it's just going to reply the same to us, right? So that is how, because like I said, that is how the current app script has been set up. We close this. The current app script has been set up in such a way, right? So right now you just got to copy this exact code that I've given here. So I'm just copying this from another project that we've done. So let me copy this JavaScript code and paste it right over here. Delete everything, paste it on our YouTube tutorial project over here, right? And then what you got to do is create a webhook in make.com. Sorry, not this one. Yep. So let me take take away this HTTP request. So let us create a webhook, Google chatbot. So I think the webhook is not, I mean, what is this? The HTTP is not required right now. So yeah, so as you can see, so let me disconnect this for now and copy the webhook and go back to our script and replace this with the webhook of that you'd be creating. Okay, and that just pasted over here. So we've got the webhook pasted, and yeah, let me say new. Let me add a new deployment. Let me give it some kind of name. So since we've edited the code, we got to deploy it again, copy the deployment ID, and go back to Google Cloud Console. And again, you just got to go to APIs and services. Okay, you just search for Google Chat API. Search for Google Chat API and go to manage configuration. And you just got to replace this with the new deployment ID since we've edited the code and deployed it. So now it should be updated. So what we can do along with this is let me add a reply. Let me add a reply. So as you can see in the code over here, like the reply is called the processed message, just like how it is over here. So just copy it as it is, processed message. You come back and add it in a valid JSON format, processed message, and the value is, let me say for now, testing. Okay, so let us go back to Google Chat. And for this specific app YouTube tutorial, for which we've updated the code, deployed, and done everything. Now see, hi. And it should reply back testing if everything works good. I think we did, yeah, so we got to configure. Totally forgot. So as you can see, once you send the message, done everything, you just got to come back, configure, and enter that, select that specific email, allow, you may close this page. Yep, now we've received the reply. So whenever I send this message, it should send a reply back called testing. Okay, it's not responding because we got to run this. Currently, it is not responding because you see the trigger is turned off, so it is not responding. So once we turn it on, it should work, right? Yeah, and you just got to make sure that the data, once when it is received, it should be sent back in 30 or 40 seconds of timeout. So now when we send a message, so now it could get queued on the webhook and it could get timeout. So once I run, use existing data, so you could see that response can be processed when the scenario is not executed immediately on data arrival. So the scenario should be done like ran immediately. So this is the basic. So we're almost done. So now we could just create a chatbot, which is, let me go to OpenAI, create a completion. So if you're creating a full assistant or chatbot, you just gotta use a message and assistant, and you gotta create an assistant in the backend of OpenAI Playground, which is completely a different topic. All right. So for now, let's say create a completion and give it some. Sometimes make is so much slow. So say user, you are an helpful assistant who answers all questions. Answer this question, please. So let me give the data that we'd be receiving from webhook. So now we would get the answer, whatever answer we would get. We just got to map it in the place of testing. Under for this key processed message, we got to put a value from OpenAI. And let me run it again. Wait for new data. Let me say hi. Okay, it seems like there was some problem in my OpenAI, so it just ran into an error. So this is a different account that I was trying to use. So I just added a new API key and just got this module working. Yeah, so let us run it now. So I'm running this, come back and say hello. And you can see it is processing and it is just sent back the output. Hello, how can I assist you today? So I've already saved it. So, and the scenario is active, so it should always respond. What, let me see, what is the capital of Canada? Let me wait for the reply. Yeah, the capital of Canada is Ottawa. Yes, so let me ask you the last question. Who is the 50th president of USA? The answer is still unknown. Let's see what the AI responds. As of my knowledge. Okay. So I think you get an idea about how you could make this interactive. Like you could ask it any questions you want. What is the definition of, what can I ask? Life. So now we've just created a chatbot. That's it. Maybe we didn't create a fully functional chatbot, but the concept is pretty much it. So there's some problem. Yeah. And as I said before, as you could see, we did not receive the reply because this one has new lines and it was not able to process this message. Okay. So you see, this is not a valid JSON. So it is not gonna get processed because it has new lines, and since it breaks the format of that JSON, it's not gonna reply us back because it has invalid JSON format. So let me say in one line. It should come now because it is not gonna give us multiple lines and break that format. All right. The other thing that we gotta keep in mind is that when it did not receive a reply back, it would constantly keep triggering that webhook again and again. So in this case, let us go back to the run history. So this is the one that we just received, which is this one, okay, because it was short. So you can see one at 250, we've got this big response, the same input. What is the definition of life? So we just check the 250. Let me go to 251, and it is the same. It is the same data. It is the same this one. So if it did not receive a reply back from the webhook from that request, it would keep sending the request again and again to receive the response. So I think it could send to twice or thrice. So if you don't want that one, so you got to clear and you got to enable something called as clear cache service, right? So it is not written in the code right now, but you could ask ChatGPT to do it for you. So I think I've already done that. Yep, right here. So what this would do is it would just send the request once, and even if it did not receive a response back, it would just not send a request again, right? So this is up to you whether to use it or not. So I'll make sure you receive all of these templates below down in the description. And yeah, so I think we're done with this. Let me ask it up one last question. And the solution for this one, what is the definition of life? And response is big. Like I said, you just got to make sure that it is formatted right. So let me try to prompt it and get this working while I pause this video. All right, so I've added a new ChatGPT module to format it in the right way. You see, so this is the response that we received previously with a lot of new lines and stuff. And right now we just converted into a valid JSON of processed message. So I've just written a simple, quick prompt over here, and let me open that. Oh my God, why is it so slow? Yep. So you can see it's a simple prompt. So you'll be having access to all of these. And then instead over here, so instead of result, right now we've made the chat GPT to create the complete, along with the processed message, the key, right? Along with the key and value. So we could just literally delete this and enter this one. I think we might be good. Let me save and give this a try. Let me go back, ask the same question over here, and we should receive the response. Yeah, it could take a while because we have two chat GPTs getting processed. Yep, we just received the message. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for taking your time and looking into this. And I hope this helped you. And feel free to drop down in the comments regarding any doubts or problems that you might have came across. All right. And this is my first YouTube video that I'm recording. And I'm sorry if it was quite not really good when compared to other YouTubers. So I would eventually improve, I believe. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. And please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you wish to support me. Thank you so much. Cheers.